welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom, and JASMY is actually helping matters here. We already have had a good month on the JASMY price. It's feeling great. It's really fantastic. But I think it's really also important to go back and try to see the things that we were anticipating here for the JASMY price, and we are seeing them really playing out exactly as we had hoped for, because we were following a very simple structure here, the work of accumulation pattern, saying that, you know what, JASMY is a laggard, is actually being a laggard relative to the rest of the market, but eventually we are gonna have something like this. If you remember back in the day, I was showing you JASMY coin, I was showing you like Ava, I think, you know, some of those coins which were doing well when JASMY was basically not doing anything, and we wanted to break this resistance. Eventually we have done it, and now it's time to move to the next step of the plan here. We have had a fantastic job, and I really think at this point sticking to the plan is actually gonna get us much more profitable, right? Not being carried away with whatever is happening with the price. And I also want to speak to somebody who probably missed this whole run here with the JASMY price, because I really understand it. We were making videos down below this point here. We were buying JASMY here, but it's not everybody who had the opportunity, let me say, because, you know, emotions are super on the negative side, right? And at the same time, probably somebody needed some cash for something and they ended up selling their JASMY. They missed this whole run right here. I'm going to show you exactly where I would actually be buying back my JASMY and eventually take part in this bull market without FOMOing in when the price is super high right there, right? So before we get into the price, that I want to kindly ask you to help me spread this video by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. People looking for JASMY updates will now be able to see this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I would encourage you to do so, really, because I do TA on JASMY and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And without me further running my mouth too much, let's get back into the price. So first of all, you already know that JASMY is bullish, and the next price target that we are looking for here relative to the falling wedge that we have been monitoring for years at this point is something like 5 cents. Right at this point, it really doesn't look maybe much more profitable, but you know, we were talking about these things when we were down below here, and just to get there was more than a 10x, and now the price are now looking much more realistic. Back then the price, I guess, were looking unreal because we were even below a cent right there. But you know, you can actually play around with this falling wedge right here, and you can, you know, stretch the top to be something like 9, 10, 11 cents thereabout would be another much more bullish price target right there, right, for the JASMY price. So I'm really bullish in the immediate short term. We already have the price target that we were talking about, but unfortunately for me to explain the whole concept, it's gonna take a long time. But I already have videos made on that, and I can link one of them in the description so you can have time to watch those ones. They are really detailed. So going back to the 3 daily time frame here on JASMY, and looking at the work of accumulation pattern one more time, right, one is going to be wondering, like, what exactly is the next step right here, right? Is it, you know, still going to continue higher, or we are going to have something else, right? And just sticking to the work of accumulation pattern, as we have already done time and again, really the next thing to expect right here is some kind of consolidation to show up here for the JASMY price, right? So I expect the JASMY price to pull back a little bit right here before we continue to the upside. This is just normal, and if you're doubting something like this, I want to give you a few examples here. For example, this is ICP. Remember, we were also using ICP as an example, as a blueprint where JASMY was not doing anything, saying that, you know what, something like this is going to show up here on the JASMY price. But take a look at this. After this whole work of accumulation pattern here, you still see ICP breaking out back testing and even having a stronger back test in form of an ABC correction right here, right? Coming back to JASMY, yes, it may sound like it's not going to be possible for JASMY to go down something like, you know, here 30-25% or something like that, but just looking across the market, this is like the order of the day. I can tell you that with a high degree of certainty. It happens time and again. This is exactly where I was saying that if you are looking into buying JASMY, right, probably the right thing to do here is to wait for a back test of something like $0.0085 dollars per JASMY, right? Anywhere around that zone right there, 0.083, 0.0 you know, 85, 87, whatever the case may be. Those are definitely going to be better buys than buying at 1.2 cents right at this point. And I speak as someone who is super bullish on JASMY, right? But I also gotta be realistic, right, and do things that actually work and help people here. So ICP had a crush of something like, you know, this was 40%. I mean, can you believe it? ICP even has a bigger market cap compared to JASMY. Not the same thing, different things, but just for you to understand what we are dealing with here. This is the crypto market. It's really crazy. Let's also take a look at VChain, because it was also one of our, you know, blueprints right here for the work of accumulation pattern, and you can see that it has already broken out, right? As we already talked about, ever since it stopped out, it has actually dropped something like 20% thereabout. So these drops are very normal. It's something that is I mean, it happens time and again. I mean, take a look at this one too. They call it people or constitutional DAO or DAO or whatever the case may be, and I want to show you like the work of accumulation pattern here. Yes, it may have been rapid all of a sudden, but still it's a work of accumulation pattern. This is the top of the range. You break out right here, and it has had something like a 66% crash. I'm not saying Jasmy is gonna have a 66% crash, but the thing with crypto is I have just learned never to say never, right? In as much as things are fantastic, amazing, these things can just turn all of a sudden. But overall, I'm still bullish on the Jasmy price. I still expect that I supported something like around $0.0084 per Jasmy to hold strong, and then we can ride the next wave. I hope that actually people get an opportunity to buy Jasmy here, because I know that people really didn't get an opportunity, because when I was making videos down here, even here, I mean, only 500 people were watching the videos, but today you see 3,000, meaning that people were not in the market to begin with, right? So I want to kindly ask you again to just help me spread the video by delicately tapping the like button. Other than that, I think this is just what I see in the immediate short term here on the Jasmy price, that a pullback is actually more likely than not to show up here. But obviously, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't buy or sell anything because of anything I say, alright? But if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share this video with your friends and family, and then I'll have to see you on the very next one. Now take really good care of yourselves. Bye.